Alrighty, what's going on, everyone? It is Beaster Galaxy here, and first thing, wait, you're making videos again? Well, yeah, I am. Now, to explain exactly why I'm back on this format, I'm here to address a few things. Now, I know it's been since August since I made the last actual video instead of a live stream, and I want to apologize for that, but there's honestly a good reason for that. I was just simply burnt out. Yeah, there's really no other way for me to say it other than I was just simply burnt out. When I started doing videos again back in like 2023, I had this thing where I wanted just relax and just do whatever I pleased on the internet and just do like recordings on either like let's plays or just in real life videos. And honestly, it wasn't really clicking with me. You see, it didn't really take that long for me to realize that this was honestly a bad idea. For one thing, whenever I did a video game playthrough, pretty much a good 100% I never finished it because either I was either wanting to just play it again on my own or I was busy doing other stuff, which just really messed with my schedule. You see, I'm an individual that likes to play a game for himself and not really much just for the satisfactory of the internet. So I just wanted to just keep going and going, but I just simply couldn't. So that was one thing that was annoying for me and one thing that kind of made recordings go on a pause. Another thing was simply just due to time constraints. You see, I have a full time job. I work pretty much all day except for the weekends, and I pretty much come back home to only have just a limited amount of time, either if it's just to, sleep or edit or just chill out and play games. But like, it's a little stressful. So that definitely kind of makes the whole editing situation a lot more stressful than you may think, which is why I want to at some point find an editor. And another thing that's also annoying is simply just having the time off, because you see, on weekends, I really am not on the computer. You see, I'm either spending time on my own, spending time with friends, loved ones, family. It's mostly just things that make me go off the computer for a while. So of course, I'm not in the editing software as much as on weekdays, for example, which pretty much that takes up a lot of my time. And again, that goes back to issue number one. The fact that I can't even play games on my own time. So one thing that I decided to do is, put the playthroughs on a indefinite stop. I will not be doing playthroughs anymore. I just figured that it's just not really my thing anymore. If I want to play a game that excites me, I might as well play it on my own time and not for the sake of somebody else. Not that I don't want to. It's just it just be an utter it'll be a long time before that video ends. I mean, fucking hell, the Smash Brothers video. It's been over 2 years since that first playthrough, and we still have not finished it. It's not because I don't want to. It's just because me and Rogers are two completely different people that are just simply busy. It's not as simple as that. So yeah, I apologize for the lack of videos on the channel. It's something that I want to fix again, and this is why you're seeing Marvel Rivals gameplay, because here's issue number 3 or 4. I forgot. You see, I'm a little rusty right now. I don't have a script on me right now. Marvel Rivals, that's issue number 3, 4-ish. This game came out like in December of last year, and I've been obsessed with it. Like this game, like I have like maybe almost 300 hours on the game. And yeah, it's just been a game that's been ridiculously fun, and I just can't put it down. It's really relaxing. So like, it's one thing that honestly keeps me at bay, but it's also one thing that I want to do. Like I want to capture gameplay footage and just talk about whatever the heck I want to talk about. I think that's the video format that I want to stick with for the time being. Just stick to gameplay videos while talking about whatever the hell I want to. So yeah, I think that's just going to be the format that I'm going to go with for now. If that's something that you find interesting, then yeah, please let me know. But if you don't, then, well, I mean, I'm sorry, but this is just something that I feel like it's a little more easier for me to do, because, a man can do only so much in his free time when he has a full-time job, and I'm only human, so I try my best. I know I've done like maybe 2 live streams on the time of my hiatus from August to now. Like I did like I did a Game Awards and a direct not too long ago. I had like 2 videos on a state of play, but I just didn't decide to upload them because well, let's be honest, state of play has just become a state of mid at this point, to the point where there's really nothing interesting. The one that I had recorded, it was like back in September of last year, and it was really just a snooze fest and just friends crying about Stellar Blade getting a near DLC. The other one, I mean, it was a bore fest 2.0. Like it was just like non-stop sleepers. It's like whatever. So I just decided to like not upload those for the sake of just being a waste of my own time. It'll probably be a waste of somebody else's time when you really think about it. So yeah, that's one reason why I just did not upload those videos and just stuck to live streaming. Now I am aware that the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct is actually tomorrow, so I will live stream that, as well as maybe give my thoughts on it on a separate video. I don't know when, probably the next day or the day after. I don't know. It's gonna be a little wonky, so I'm just gonna stick with my own flow. So just please bear with me on that. Other than that, there's not really much to really say, other than just I apologize for the lack of videos. I apologize for just keeping you on the hiatus without really giving any information. Like I said, I'm only human. A guy can only do so much in his spare time when he has a full-time job, and it gets kind of like tiring, and it gets you a little stressed out, and that was going on with me. I was getting a lot stressed out just by thinking about the next video idea, finding demands, and that's honestly and also the one other issue, like I said, I go out on the weekends with friends, family. It really depends on like my schedules and whatnot, and that's one of the main reasons why I want to save up for a laptop to maybe do video, maybe edit my videos when I'm not in the house, because I edit on a damn PC. But yeah, other than that, I'll try my best to do upload schedules. If not, then I'll just do live streams here and there, because that I feel like I like doing live streams here and there. But one thing that has been going on, I have like my camera issue has been like, if you saw my last live stream, you saw like around the end, like I had like a camera issue going on, and that's something that I do want to fix at some point in the future by getting like a new camera or whatnot, or just seeing what's going on with my camera. So yeah, that's one thing that I want to try and fix. But other than that, there's not really much else to say, other than the fact that I do want to invest in a laptop to just an actual good laptop to invest in editing. Because Christ, a guy like me only has so much time in his life to just do whatever he pleases, and also try to stick to demands and whatnot. So yeah, that's really all I wanted to talk about. Just give you guys a brief little update on where I've been. I've been all right. Like there hasn't been much going on. Just the lack of videos has just really, like, the performance of my videos have been pretty choppy, and they've been kind of sloppy, to the point where I'm just not really satisfied. And I just kind of took a break, just to really kind of clear my head a bit. It was just kind of stressful these last couple of months, just thinking about what the next video idea was. And a couple of videos I did have planned out just kind of went down the trash, considering how, like, I had an idea, I wanted to do that idea, and then it just kind of went down the drain. It kind of just flowed down the drain, and it just was not, it just did not stick with me. And I feel like I just want to just take my time with this new format. Like I said, I want to do like commentary type videos. I want to like try to talk about whatever's on my mind, whatever like new games footage that I want to talk about. I think the format that I want to stick with is like, I want to do these kinds of videos, as well as maybe talk about like games that I like talking about. It's honestly just kind of like a process again, kind of like when I first started out my channel. It hasn't really been the best in terms of content, but I'll try once more, because you never know until you fully like keep doing it over and over and over and over again. So right, I'm just going to just stick with this format for the time being, and seeing if in a couple of videos or so I find it very satisfying. But yeah, that's gonna be all for this video, guys. Just a little quick reminder that I'm still around, still trying to come up with some ideas, and I think this formula will be a little bit easier for me to like try and do. It's just I'll just play some games on the side, try to get them recording footage, and then I'll just talk about whatever I feel like talking about. But yeah, that'll be all, everyone. Once again, I apologize for lack of videos, but I'll try to keep them up. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.